Pine Street was the kind of road people avoided without knowing why. It wasn't dangerous. It wasn't loud. It was just wrong. At the very end of the street stood a burned house. The windows were black. The walls were cracked. Everyone in town knew its story, but no one talked about it anymore. 15 years ago, a family died there in a fire. Ethan Carter moved into Pine Street for one reason: he wanted to disappear. New city, new name, new life. During the day, everything felt normal. But at night, Pine Street changed. Every night at exactly 10:47 p.m., Ethan noticed the same thing. A light turned on inside the burned house. At first, he told himself it was imagination. Then he checked the records. The house had no power connection. On the fourth night, Ethan couldn't sleep. He sat by the window, staring at the house. The light flickered once, then stayed steady. His phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "You're still awake." Ethan froze. Before he could reply, another message appeared. "You always were a bad sleeper, even back then." Ethan dropped the phone. No one knew his past. No one was supposed to. The next morning, he found an envelope under his door. Inside was a photo, old, burned at the edges. It was the Pine Street house, before the fire. Written on the back were 3 words. "You watched us." Ethan's hands shook. 15 years ago, Ethan wasn't innocent. Back then, he was a broke college student working late nights. On the night of the fire, he saw a man arguing with the family. He saw gasoline. He saw the flames start. He also saw who the man was. A rich local businessman, powerful, protected. When the police questioned Ethan, he lied. When the lawyer offered money, he accepted it. The fire was ruled an accident. The truth was buried. That night, Ethan received another message. "Come back to the house." 11:30 p.m. Ethan knew he should go to the police. But guilt has a strange way of controlling fear. At 11:30, Ethan stood in front of the burned house. The door was already open. Inside, the smell of ash still lingered. "Close the door," a voice said. Ethan turned. A man stood near the stairs, his face half hidden in shadow. "You remember me now?" the man asked. Ethan swallowed. "Who are you?" The man stepped forward. "My name is Daniel," he said calmly. "I was 14 when you decided my life didn't matter." Daniel led Ethan into the living room. On the table were photos, his parents, his younger sister, court documents, police reports. "You were the key witness," Daniel continued. "One word from you, and they would still be alive," Ethan whispered. "I was scared." Daniel smiled bitterly. "So was my sister. She screamed till the fire took her voice." Ethan fell to his knees. "What do you want from me?" he asked. Daniel placed a recorder on the table. "Confession," he said. "Your voice, your truth." Ethan looked up. "And if I refuse?" Daniel walked to the window and looked outside. "Then Pine Street will remember you the way it remembered my family." At that moment, police sirens echoed through the street. Daniel turned back, calm and satisfied. "I sent everything," he said. "Your confession will be public. Your silence is over." As the police burst in, Daniel leaned close and whispered, "You escaped justice once, but silence always comes back." Ethan was arrested that night. The case was reopened. The real criminal was exposed. And for the first time in 15 years, the light in the burned house never turned on again. Pine Street was silent. But this time, the silence told the truth.